What's up, visionaries? I got a message for you guys that I want you guys to embrace and I want you guys to understand is we are going into a time where doing for self is going to be the most important thing. Now, I already know that me saying this, there's other philanthropists out there that's going to make a lot of different opinions about how I'm being reductive to a smaller demographic. But realistically, what I want you to understand is I want you to focus on yourself and look within. Take a deep breath, turn the world off around you, and check in with yourself. Because this is what I want you guys to take away from my message that I have for you today. Is that we live in the age of information. We have all these smart devices. I'm here going on a walk in my local town, in a park that's right around from my house where I live at, right? I make these videos, I upload it. I also, my platform of choice, which is YouTube, I've learned an immense amount of it. I've paid people for courses, I paid people for mentorship, and no, this isn't to try to get you to buy anything from me. The only thing that I can tell you is that when are you going to decide that enough is enough? When are you going to decide that you have everything you need right here in front of you? The only problem is that you're chasing too many rabbits. And what do I mean by that? You decide that you want to invest in cryptocurrency, you heard about stocks, you heard about real estate, you hear about all this stuff. And I'm here to tell you that I can tell you exactly how I made 7 figures in cryptocurrency, in all of the psychology, all of the education, all of the resources that I used. But many of you, because you're going to try to throw a bunch of stuff at the wall, you're going to find out that you're so chaotic that you don't see progress in anything that you do. And this is what I want people to start understanding. See, I don't think that the majority of people whom I help and I work with will see the success because when I tell them what I did, all you would have to do is swipe somewhere and hear someone tell you, this is how I made $8 million. And I did it with these risky altcoins that sometimes I lose, sometimes I win. See, and here's the part that I want you guys to know. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's why you have to understand that if you're somebody who's not willing to put in the work, see, I know that many of you aren't going to see success because we live in a society today that many people now feel like they've done enough. And as long as you're a person who feels like you've done enough, you can never learn anymore. I forgot who said the quote or whatever it may be, is that the minute that you stop learning is the day that you die. And what I'm saying is I am a student of life. And I don't care who's the person who's delivering the information. I am a person who can chew the meat and spit out the bones. See, many of you are going to be people who you're too busy trying to have an aha got you moment to where when someone delivers information to you, that whether or not you hear about somebody scamming somebody over there, right? It's not about the scam. Many people are scammed because either you haven't done your due diligence to understand what you should give up in order before you lose anything. And many of you actually will never have the success because you're somebody who you already think you know enough. You already subscribe to the belief that you don't have any more time because you use most of your time to work towards bills that isn't where you want to be in life. Then you also believe that you shouldn't have to pay someone for their time to teach you. And it's not that you shouldn't pay someone, and because someone's charging you $11, $10, $20 for a course, you should be grateful for that easy of access. There's people who go to Disney and spend $4 on Sprite, and it's still the same Sprite. There's people who spend $2 for the same Sprite when you can get a 2-liter at the grocery store for it, right? It's the convenience that many of you do not understand. That is what's robbing you of your truest form of happiness. See, you don't understand that we are heading in a space, in a direction, that if you don't have clarity on who you are and who you want to be and what you want, somebody's going to help you get there, and it's going to benefit them more than you. And that's why I want you to understand that that's what I mean when I start talking about clarity, confidence, and conviction. Because if you don't have clarity, confidence, and conviction in anything you do, this isn't about a portfolio. This is about the mindset that it takes in order for you to become the person that you want to be, to achieve the things that you want. It's all possible today. You can use AI, and this is what I'm talking about. So many of you are so caught up in the negative that you can't see the positive. No, ChatGPT is not perfect. These LLMs are not perfect. They actually advertise that we can be wrong. Double check it. But see, many of you don't realize that the problem that you have is that you want an easy fix for everything. It doesn't matter that ChatGPT was only 2% wrong, right? Someone wrote something with an M dash, right? Crabs in the barrel mentality, right? Nobody really wants to see you get ahead. That's why I don't buy the altruism on the internet. People are cosplaying being good just so they look good and feel good about themselves when they're dead on the inside. See, like, I want you to think about even the grammar police. I'm somebody who, as long as I understand what you're saying and I get it, I will ask what until I understand. Even if you use you, your, they, them, or whatever pronoun you decide that you use, it doesn't matter. I'm a chew the meat, spit out the bones kind of person. And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys now, is that you're too busy trying to get micro victories that does nothing but fill your ego instead of changing your situation. See, you know somebody who knows about real estate and you want to ask them. The thing that you're worried about is that some of you are afraid that they're going to ask you for money. And you don't feel like, ooh, in order to learn something, I shouldn't have to pay anything. You should invest your time into me because, you know, you just met me off a handshake and a dap, or we went to the same public school, or we worked at the same place forever. Shouldn't you do this for me for free? Well, where were you? You know what they say in the Stay Scheming? Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. And then that's what I'm saying. People don't want to put the reps in. They just want the results of what you're doing. And then if you allow people into your space that are like that, that's why I'm only like, and I don't care how people feel. I don't care how people who I don't know already, who aren't where I'm in the circles that I'm in, aren't at the places I want to be, or have the things that I want. I don't care. I don't care how those people think. I understand that social media is a place where people have opinions. This doesn't mean I'm a bad guy. I'm actually one of the nicest persons you'll ever meet. But also, I'm a person who thinks you'll never hear Jesus say that he's Jesus. The Buddha doesn't tell you that he's Buddha or Buddhist. Jesus won't tell you that he's Christian. See, I'm not here to pat my own back. If I'm going to use my platform for good, I'm going to use my platform so you or somebody who maybe feels this way or not. I understand what these platforms are for. I understand what they do. You have to use your resources and tools, and that's what this message is about. See, you guys are so bent up about whether someone's using M dashes and you're tired of it. Then once you realize that if you ever opened up a book and read it, and then someone types on a typewriter or a computer, you hand it off to an editor, and the editor does the writing for you. And just like it's called an assistant, right? You have access to somebody who can be an assistant. I don't know how to do first-time home buyers. Have you ever tried to ask ChatGPT? Then have you taken that information and used your circle on social media in order to help yourself get the house that you want? How do I fix my credit? Start with step one and do it. Don't just let someone who's negative tell you, well, that doesn't work, and then they never did it. That's not how it's done. Then how do I do it? See, and it's not even their responsibility to show you how to do it. You just check them because they probably don't even want to teach you. Because the crabs in the barrel are the crabs. See, they just like the idea that they think that they're helping you by self-limiting your beliefs. And then until you realize that is just you versus you. You are the person who has to start taking control of your life. Turn off the noise. Turn the TV off. Put the phone down. See, turn the notifications on. I'll never be that guy telling you to put your notifications on. I don't want every person that I subscribe to on YouTube telling me to log into YouTube. I don't want that. Or Instagram or Facebook or whatever it may be. See, these are the things that I want you to start thinking about. And I'm going to make more videos like this when I go on my walks because I like it. And then I have a goal of reaching 100,000 subscribers, right? So and I don't want subscribers who don't vibe with me. I don't just want to collect souls for the sake of collecting souls. I want to be able to give value to people, and I want to say things that are meaningful. And I want to be a person who lets you know that there's opportunity out there, and it's going to be scary. Hey, we're going to Oregon Trail, and I tell you what, some of us are going to pass away from dysentery. We're going to get bit by snakes. It's not going to be an easy path. But I can tell you that the promised land is there. It's just not going to be easy. I can't tell you that we're going to get out of here without scars. That's what I want you guys to start realizing. We're not getting out of here without scars, guys. Well, anyways, as I said, I have a goal of reaching 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. But in order to do that, I have to put in the work too, and I'm aware of that. I don't want you to like this video. I don't want you to subscribe to this video. And you can leave a comment or whatever it is that you want, because the reason why I don't want you to like or subscribe or anything like that, it's because I don't want to participate in the same thing that's drawing you away from being the type of person who can go outside and touch grass. It's because when you get inside of that little matrix, this little social media thing, right? You get inside of it, you lose touch with reality. You start believing the things that you pretend as if you care about things when you actually don't. See, the thing is that if you let these little devices control your reality and your perception and how you see things and in how you look at the world, right? You'll start believing it's your reality. And then that's why I tell you, we don't live in the simulation. They're preparing you to enter it. So once again, guys, I want you guys to put some thoughts into your heads. Let me know what you guys think. You like this style of content? You got something you want me to talk about? Because I know a lot about investing. I know a lot about cryptocurrency. I'm actually going to partner with my real estate mentor, Thomas Owens. I'm going to try to set him up with the YouTube and get him doing these videos to inspire him as well. But we're going to do a podcast together. He's the one who taught me how to invest in real estate, so I know a little bit more about other than cryptocurrency. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. I think we're going to call it earning interest. We want to earn your interest. We don't just want you to like and subscribe to anything. So, guys, again, I'm out. One love.